Have you ever had this experience where you look back into your past and then you're like, dang, I did stupid things? Guys, welcome back to another episode of Matty-speaks. I went through my analytics on YouTube and then I realized that I have teenagers watching my channel. And I decided that why not make one or two videos for them? So here I am talking about 10 things I wish I didn't do while I was a teenager. I hope this helps someone out there. Stay tuned, please subscribe, like, share if you find interesting. Let's get into today's video. So the first thing I wish I didn't do when I was a teenager was giving in to peer pressure, like trying to feel among, trying to be like the cool girls in class. So this is something I struggled with a lot. Like I remember there were days I felt I wasn't accepted. There were days I felt like I was hated. There were days I was bullied because of my spoken English. It's funny, but it's the truth. I was actually bullied for the way I speak, and I hated myself at that time. So I wanted to feel accepted, I wanted to feel among. So I began to do things that were wrong, things that I knew that if my mom heard of, I would be dead. Like I began to skip classes. Yeah, I skipped. Did I skip class? I left school premises during school hours. I I would leave school to go get noodles in the second building. It sounds stupid thinking about it now, but then I did those things. And there are things that when I look back now and I'm like, ugh, I wish I hadn't done things like that because I was so lost and I did not know who I was. So giving in into peer pressure is just something that you shouldn't you know, I shouldn't give into. Yeah. You are okay just the way you are. It's okay if you stand out. It's okay to be different. It's okay to break the rules. Not the good rules. I meant the rules that, oh, this is how everything's supposed to be. Or you're supposed to talk this way, or you're supposed to look this way. It's okay to be different. You don't have to be like every other person. So it's something that I had to learn along the way. The second thing I wish I worked on was being intentional about my friends. So, like I said earlier, I wanted to feel among. So, with riffraffs, I made friends with riffraffs, I made friends with the good, I made friends with the bad. And I just wanted to be the what's up girl, if that made any sense. Like, I just wanted to be the happening girl in school, in secondary school at that time, like, it's crazy. I chose friends based on what I could get from them, not what we could actually do with each other. A friend of mine bullied me. A friend of mine, I made friends with people that insulted me and talked me down, like toxic people around you. So if I'm going to advise my younger self, I would say be intentional about the people you allow into your life. Be intentional about the people you allow into your space. Like take your time in studying, take your time in looking, take your time in understanding the people you intend to accept into your circle. The third thing I wish I had worked on when I was a teenager, or the third thing I would tell my younger self is to know who you are. Take it upon yourself to go through the journey of understanding who you are. Like your teenage years are years of understanding, years of exploring, years of experiencing, years of having emotions, years of being vulnerable. So I need you to understand that. Take notes if you need to, ask people questions. I need you to write down and understand who you are, because on the long run this is something that would actually help you. When you know who you are, it's easier for you to make decisions that pertains to your life. The fourth thing I would tell my younger self is don't be fixated on making money. Okay, so this is something that like I thought that, oh, I want to make so much money. Then when I make money, I'll be able to do XYZ for myself. I'll be able to like live the most comfortable life ever. Da 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 da. And after like reading books on businesses, reading books on money, I just realized that the greatest assets you could ever have, the greatest money, the greatest thing you could ever have for yourself is having value. Yeah. This is something that took me a long time to understand. Being someone of value, yeah, is the richest thing you could ever have. So all through those years, when I realized that, oh, I need to work more on myself, I need to work more on my skills, I just dropped the fact that, oh, I need to make money so badly. And I began to learn, I began to acquaint myself, I began to invest in myself academically. Um, I learned a lot of skills. I worked in different firms, not for the money, not solely for the money, but for the knowledge, for the experiences. Now I can tell you that, oh, during my teenage years, I was able to learn how to make hair very well. I learned pedicure, I learned automobile engineering, I learned so many skills. I also learned digital marketing, how to copyright. I learned how to do some basic graphics design. Like there was so many knowledge I was able to get when I realized that, oh, don't be so fixated on making money. Try to like equip yourself with skills, like long-term skills that would actually help you. I also learned how to communicate, how to talk to people, how to present myself, how to carry myself. So those were things that I knew that on the long run I would need in my life. So those were the things I just focused on. So I would advise my younger self, focus on those things and leave out the monetary aspect. Eventually the money would come, the money would create wealth for you. The value you have will create wealth for you, but just focus on you, focus on growing, focus on being the best version of yourself. The fifth thing I wish I like the fifth thing I would tell my younger self is to invest in your academics. Yes, 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 yes. This is the weirdest one. I know some people will cringe when they hear that, but when I say invest in your academics, I mean take your time, your energy, your power to read and understand. Yes, because this would help you on the long run. In the world and the day we are in, your academic success is very important. Like having to be be a graduate or understanding what you're being taught in school makes your face shine brighter. Yes, because all of those things, as minute or as little as it may seem, it also adds to your self-esteem. So I struggled, like I struggled with confidence growing up, and I remember the day I began to read my books. That was when I was in SS3. Yes, that was when I began to actually soak in, take in, read and study my books, and it actually helped me a lot because I became one of the smartest people in class, and the smartest people would come to me and ask me questions and, Matty, do you understand this? Can you explain this to us? And I felt like, oh my god, me, like me. So I wish I'd done that earlier in my life, like earlier when I was like GS2, GS3, SS1 and the likes. So I wish I'd done that better. So please invest, if you're in your teenage years, invest in your academics. Make sure you study as much as you can. And if you have the privilege to go to the university, and I am so sure you would go to the university, I hope you take this knowledge I've given you into the university too as well, because it will help you on the long run. Then the sixth thing I would tell my younger self is listen to your parents or your guardians. Okay, so let me tell you a short story. So I remember my mom always telling me that, oh Matty, brush your teeth. Oh, this is an embarrassing story, so don't laugh at me. My mom would be like, Matty, love for you, pardon my language, go and brush your teeth, or else you have bad odor or you have a dirty teeth and everything. And I'm like, nah, I'm tired of brushing my teeth. And I did that for months and I wasn't brushing my teeth. And after months of not doing that, I looked in the mirror and I smiled. And somebody laughed at, oh, Matty, your teeth is brown. Oh my God. That was when, like, I feel like dying. A lot of I went home and my mom began to use, don't laugh at me. My mom began to use wash your pots to brush my teeth before it turned white as it is right now. Like, that was one of the greatest mistake I made. And since that day, I told myself I would always listen to people older than me. I would always listen to my mom because she knows better than I do. So it's okay if you have a mind of your own, but don't forget that there are people who have lived life before you, and it's okay to actually listen to them. It's okay to take advice from them. So that is something I would tell my younger self, and I wish I could take back the hands of time. But we move on to the next one, on to the seventh one. The seventh thing I would tell my younger self is be very careful of boys. Okay. So now let's talk about relationship. I started dating when I was 17 years old, though I finished secondary school and that was what I wanted for myself. I wanted to actually be in a relationship at the time I was done with secondary school. And I would say that I won't say I regretted the relationship, but it was something I wish I had like held on, like I had held back on before indulging myself into some sort of romantic relationship, because it causes confusion, distraction, stress, emotional instability, and a lot of drama, especially when you are not ready yet to handle those drama. So my advice to my younger self is to calm down. Though I dated my first real boyfriend. Yeah, don't laugh at me. Like I said, I dated my first real boyfriend when I was 18 years old, and that was when I realized that okay, now I'm ready. Like I actually want to actually have a relationship, and I did, and I enjoyed it. It was a beautiful experience, even though we broke up, but it was an amazing experience. I actually had fun. I had a cool experience of what a proper relationship should be. So, guys, be sure that it's not about now. Don't get it wrong. It's not about the age. It's about you being ready. And as much as we try to like say that oh, that age doesn't determine maturity, or you could be 16 and be mature, and you could be 40 and immature, but then I believe that when you are like when you are surrounded by a lot of what's it called? A lot of things, especially when you're experiencing your academics, you're experiencing puberty at the same time, you're experiencing growth. I feel like it's advisable for you to take time to yourself and focus on you. And when you know you are ready, indulge in your relationship, indulge in, and make sure, like I said about friendship, make sure you've studied this person. Don't just jump into a relationship like, oh, I like him, he likes me, and let's get on with it. No, study and understand the person you're with, because you don't want a relationship that will last for 2 months and then you guys are over and then you start experiencing one weird breakup or the other. You don't want that for yourself. Trust me, breakups are not fun. They are not fun. So, moving on to the eighth thing I would tell my younger self is to engage in extracurricular activities. I would say that growing up, I was so into myself, like not into myself, like I was so introverted because of some of the experiences I had growing up. I didn't want to like make friends. I didn't want to be a part of a social group. I just had issues mingling with people, and it was something that I wish I had done differently in my younger years. So I would advise my younger self try to explore. Join that Girl Scout, join that Boy Scout if you're a boy watching. Join Girls Brigade, join the Red Cross, join the cooking class, join the math club, join the science club, like join curricular activities, join the sport, like do have as much fun as you can. Like while you're learning, try to enjoy your school life, try to enjoy your teenage years. Not like healthy enjoying, not the bad one. So please don't get me wrong. try to enjoy your teenage years, experience life, experience, activities. You would actually thank yourself after, secondary school. You would thank yourself, trust me. And moving on to the ninth one, the ninth thing I would tell my younger self is learn about your menstrual cycle and your hygiene. Yes, yes. If you are a girl watching, learn about it. And if you are a guy, also learn about your, the whole process that goes on with boys. Girls, like you don't know how this affected me a whole lot. Like, oh my god, I don't want to start sharing experiences because this is embarrassing. Like, I remember days where I got stinged in school because I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was just confused. So try to ask as much question as you can. Learn about your body. Learn about what's going on. Learn about ovulation, your menstrual cycle. Maybe I will do this for my teenage girls. I will do this another video on covering this thing called menstrual cycle and everything. I will do something like that for you. But in the moment, you guys should take your time and understand what goes on in your body, understand your cycle, understand your ovulation period, understand everything that pertains to your body. So please, this is something I wish I'd learned when I was 14, 15, 16. So work on this. I have another, I promised I was going to do 10, but I decided to add four more or three more. So guys, let me add, I'll be sharp with this, I'll be fast with this. The 11th thing is know God. I know, like, I didn't want to put this before, so I decided to add it in the end. So I would get your attention. You guys learn more about God. It was other on my end because I grew up in a Muslim family and having to convert. Thank God for my school actually. It helped me cultivate a good spiritual life. So I began to know more about God. I got baptized by the Holy Ghost when I was in SS3 and then I was 16 years old. So like it took a whole lot of journey. So if you are in that years, if you are younger or if you are in earlier years than I was then, try to know more about God. It will really help you a lot. It will help you on the long run. Then the 12th thing I would tell my younger self is to build confidence. This is something that took me a long time to understand. Like build confidence. Your confidence will take you places. Your confidence will take you places. And also don't forget to have confidence in God. Build your confidence in God. Yeah, build it on God because He's the only one that can actually help us through. So guys, I would advise build your confidence, work on that. Then the 13th thing I would advise my younger self is to build trust with your family. Yeah, this was something I began to build when I left secondary school. Like I wasn't a bad girl. Like I was such a good girl. Too goody two shoes actually. But then not to brag because some people will hate me for this. But then but then so like I had to like take the initiative to like okay talk to my parents that mommy trust me I won't disappoint you, and this is something that took me a long time to acquire. I remember I told my dad I wanted to go for a birthday party and then he allowed me. Like that's to show that oh they trust me and then they understand that I've gotten to the age whereby oh they should allow me handle some things with myself. So guys, try to build trust with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones. And also the last but not the least, make friends with elderlies. Yeah, yeah. That was something I started doing when I was like, I think 15, 16. I made a lot of friends that were older than me, and I learned from their lifestyles, from their failures, from their experiences. This is something I would tell my younger self to do more. Like, listen to people's experiences. I was the type of girl that my mom would tell me to do something and I would listen. And when I go out there and I listen to someone's corrections, I will also take it. So it really saved me a whole lot of journey of having to fail or having to make some stupid mistakes that would cost me my future. So I would advise you make friends with older people, people that have more experience than you do, so you could like learn more from their life experiences. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you love it, please share, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. So in my next video, I'll be talking about 15 things that I am so happy I did as a teenager. So guys, until next time, I love you all. Bye.